This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight, we are going to be discussing midlife crisis. Now, it may sound like something that we have talked about before, or it could be it's just something that's on your mind. So if you're anywhere from the ages 35 to 65, this is something that is probably haunting you. So, starts off as a polite, very light whisper, and then it morphs into a chorus. So old age, as some people might call it, starts to shout out to you, speaks to you in volumes. You start feeling aches in your bones. You start experiencing issues that you didn't have before, like finding hair in places that you didn't used to have it. And you start noticing gray hairs more than what you used to notice gray hairs. Then you start having attitudes with the young people, and you start referring to them as, you young people, y'all get on my nerves and stuff like that. That's some of the things that starts to affect a person upon, I should say, reaching midlife. So, before we even go on to that, Duchess, can I call upon you to pull up the definition of midlife crisis so that we all on the same page of what we're talking about? Just gonna take a minute. And as you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up these notes so we can be ready for the questions. And if somebody else finds it before her, then say something. Open notes.
A midlife crisis is a period of psychological stress occurring in middle age, thought to be triggered by a physical, occupational, or domestic event as menopause, diminish of physical prowess, job loss, or departure of children from the home.
Okay, so that's the gist of it. All right, so everybody get that. And now we're going to go through these questions, and everybody should be able to answer these questions in accordance to that. So we are talking about midlife issues. So these questions, listen to the questions and answer the questions that's being asked. All right. Question number 1. Has midlife beaten you down beyond repair, or has it made you more aware? Bert, you're up first.
That's how you're gonna do me. Yes. Midlife has whooped my ass, made me weak, made me, I don't know, man. But I'm at a rebuild point right now. So it did kick me down, with all the medical conditions. Life just took a ass whooping to me right now. I don't know if it was punishment, but it was God's will for me to persevere through all of that. So I ain't going nowhere. I'm out here.
I like that. I like that. And I dare say, if people are completely honest, you're not going to be alone. Whereas your situation. It might be a personal experience, but I'm pretty sure if people want to exercise some honesty, they're gonna have similar experience.
I hit you in the head. It started with the divorce, with jail, losing toes, heart attacks, triple bypass, broken ribs, gastro surgery. It's been a shocker. It's been and multiple a dozen stays in the hospital throughout the years for my medical illness. So it's been a rough 10 years right now for your boy, and I'm back.
That's right. The grace period is beyond you. I mean, excuse me, be upon you, and all that hardship, God willing, that's behind you, is beyond you. But you already know you have a skill that you tapped into, a talent, a gift where you persevere. Like you said, you have the gift of perseverance. So that's a beautiful thing. Um, let's get Robert next. Robert, you're up next. How about you?
Audio now unmuted.
I don't know if you guys can hear me clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Have I ever experienced a midlife crisis?
Nope.
What?
Has midlife beaten you down beyond repair, or have you what's the name, become more aware?
It tried. It tried to beat me down. You know, I've been
Oh,
through some challenges,
it
and
beat
one of
you
the
down.
biggest ones was losing my child. So that kind of took its toll. I mean, I was ready to check out, but I bounced back, feel good, and I'm the winner.
Okay.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Mhm.
All right,
Mute
Gregory.
my audio button.
Um, I would hope I didn't suffer my midlife crisis yet. I'm still trying to get there. Don't put me up there yet.
Well,
I still need my hair to turn gray or go bald or something like that. Then I'm gonna want to mess with young girls and get a new car or something.
mhm.
Yeah, buddy.
So you waiting for your hair to grow gray, and according to you, for your balls to drop.
I guess if
That
that's
that's that's what you said, right? And the question was, has life beaten you down beyond repair, or has it made you more aware?
I believe the hardships of life have made me more aware, and I just want to make it to a place where I'm striving.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. Patsy, how about you?
I think it's just made me more aware. If it wants to pop me, I'm popping it back.
Okay, Tanya.
It's made me what how can I I've gone through my midlife crisis, and it was health reasons. It happened 9 years ago. It'll be 10 years next year. But I'm gonna say it's not only made me more aware, but it made me more grounded. It made my relationship with God more firm, more deep, more intimate.
Okay. Duchess, how about you? Has life beaten you down beyond repair, or has it made you more aware?
I think life has made me more aware, but I feel like an event in your life can change you regardless of your age
Mm-hmm.
and make you question life and where you're going and what you're doing. So I don't particularly think that age is always a factor.
Okay. Timmy, welcome. We are on question number one, and we are talking about midlife crisis. So, the first question is, has life beaten you down beyond repair, or has it made you more aware?
I don't think that. I don't believe in none of that nonsense. Life is what you make it.
Hell no.
That's the way I think look at it. Life is what you make. I don't believe in it. If you allow things to beat you down, which you ain't got control over it. See, that's why I say life is what you make it, because I don't dwell on things that I have no control over. That's how you bring stress on yourself, worrying about things you got no control over. If you worry about things that you do have control over, you be less stressed about those that you don't have control
Okay. I'm gonna answer this question too. So, has life beaten me down beyond repair, or has it made me more aware? Um, I'm gonna say throughout my life, I have endured some battles. More so, once I reached my, I say when by the time I turned 30, it seemed like I was enduring more than what I wanted to. It was like I didn't sign up for it, but it's like every time you overcame something, or I overcame something, there was a new obstacle. There was, but I've been able to navigate through the grace of God. So again, like Bird says, I persevered, and because of that, I've learned some things about myself. I learned some things about the people around me, and I know it's for me. It's like how you react to some things. So at times it seems like, as I said on other occasions, it's like a heavyweight boxing match. It's like either you are beaten down to the point where you want to throw in the towel, or somebody else wants to throw in the towel for you upon watching you, or because what you shared with them, or you just come out the corner swinging, and you just be ready to continue to fight the good fight. You ain't trying to lay down, and I think some of us,
Edwards has joined the meeting.
as Bird stated, earlier, like you go through some things, and I think, and if I stay true to that metaphor about the boxing match, it's like sometimes you do got to take 10 count. Don't mean you gotta lay down and get counted out, but you might have to take a knee and catch your breath, and then get up and throw some blows of your own. And sometimes I'm gonna tell you, life hits you below the belt. So you gotta throw a couple of low blows of your own. Sean.
That's what I was saying.
Sean, welcome. We are on question number 1. And the first question is: has life beaten you down beyond repair, or has it made you more aware?
Hello, everyone. It has made me more aware because it's made me more aware because I'm actually at this big age. I'm starting to pay attention to the mindset of those around me. I used to live life so selfishly, and because of the state of the world, I now pay attention to a lot of things.
Yeah. Well said, well said. All right, does anybody have any rebuttals or statements before we go on to question number 2?
No.
Okay, as long as it gives you back your money. All right. We are going to go to question number 2. All right, question number 2. What makes you feel alive? What thing or who makes you feel alive? Let's go to Pat first. You want, hold on, who's that? Bird, you said something?
I said Chico.
Okay, you want to go first?
I'm alive. I hate to say it, but I feel like a dog, an animal saved my life. It was pretty dark back then before I got my dog. not really knowing where I'm going, where I'm coming, and it gave me like a little bit of life to take care of another life. So I feel like, I feel like that was a blessing from God to save me. And my dog makes me very happy. More than a human, more than any human in my world does, a dog
Well, you
brings me joy and comfort.
so it's man's best friend. That
Is
that really that
yeah,
really means something.
100%. I mean, I grew up with a lot of animals, a lot of dogs in my life, but never like, Jamaica, my Roddy, you guys know Jamaica. She was
Mhm.
good, but I still had a family and kids, but I didn't really appreciate the true value of an animal till I really got this little small bundle of joy that just brings a sense of calm and peace to my life now, to a very dark and chaotic world I was stuck in for a couple of decades.
What happened? You only mentioned damn Jamaica. What happened to Tramp and Snowball?
Those were kids. Those I was a kid with those dogs, and like I said, I didn't really know the true value of what an animal brings until things got dark. Chico became my light.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It wasn't dark, it was weird, but it wasn't where I was a few years back. Things were just going bad and going wrong, and
yeah.
didn't know a way. I mean, I found God at that point too, but I don't know if that was enough, or I don't know if my faith was as strong as it is now back then. But I asked for a sign to show me a better way. My way wasn't working, and that's when I was introduced to God, and things started changing. But again, the darkness was still there. I didn't really understand the blessings don't come when you need them or you want them. They come when He decides to deliver. So I waited on that. And I think that was the deliverance of giving me that sign and that signal. Chico Beans.
Yeah. All right, Patsy. How about you? What makes you feel alive?
Um, just everyday little things. Actually, getting here on the podcast makes me feel alive because I look forward to this every week and stuff. Going to my little group at the Dot House. I was kind of glad I joined that group because when the pool closed back in January, that was kind of like disconcerting, but I'm glad I still had something else to go to during the week, just like enjoying my family, even though we get into our spits and spats and my sister and my brother, I don't know how much if they know how much I actually love them, because outside of God, like I love them more than most people that I know. Not that I don't love other people, but them are my siblings. I grew up with them. I known them my whole life, pretty much. Even though John was born after me, almost 8 years, but still.
Yeah. All right, Gregory. What makes you feel alive?
Mm, Everything is making me feel alive right now. Just the feeling of being able to go out and grab life by the horns. And even if I wasn't doing things that I really wanted to do when I was younger, just following a crowd or something, I know it's still time. It's never too late to actually get out there and enjoy life and grab it up, even if that means to go mess up some credit or something, or go get married or something, go do something crazy wild. Life is out there for you to grab it by.
Okay. Key. What do you say? What makes you feel alive?
Alive? I'm living, so I'm alive. So that makes no sense to me. What makes me happy? I would say hanging out with my sisters, this little 11-pound thing that's in my face every day, who
What is that?
Brownie, my dog. He see, I done said his name. That's why he's in my face. Come on. According to my husband, he's the crazy ex-boyfriend that I can't leave. So that won't leave me alone. Yeah. So
That's a business. Okay, it's a business now. All right.
my family, those are things that make me happy. I don't like. I don't know about alive. I don't. That I don't subscribe to that. I'm alive every time I wake up. Thanks Jesus.
Right. Right.
Okay. Timmy, what makes you feel alive?
I'm with Kiana. I ain't with that. I'm alive when I'm blessed. I look at it that way. I'm blessed because I wake up every morning. I get to see things and, you know, spend time with people, spend time with the family and friends and shit that I ain't seen in a minute.
Okay. Robert, what makes you feel alive?
Audio now unmuted.
Well, almost similar to Joseph's story. I got to really tell you guys part of my life. When I lost my son, I was in a very dark place. And I tell you, I did not like humans. I hated them. The reason being is because every man and mom I seen or heard of that had a son living still. It irritated me. It made me bitter. I was miserable. I just hated humans, and that was for that reason. And I had many a talks with the Lord, cursed him out, cussed at him. Found out that man didn't have nothing to say back to me. I was angry at life, circumstance. Something happened that was wrong on that day. I had to heal myself. I always had friends and family love, support. So it wasn't like I woke up every morning saying, oh, this is what's making me feel alive. That was extra and a plus. My children, I was a gift of everything that I believe in, the reason why I was here to reproduce. When I lost that moment of being a dad of two, someone dropped a dog off named Little Chloe. And I had someone else to be concerned about and to pour all my love into besides my daughter because I was giving her, more than enough overloads at times. But I still needed something to just be like, they need me. Because at times she didn't really need me. Or maybe she didn't think she needed me. But that dog snapped me back with the support, like I said, of my friends and family. But it was really Chloe. She was a blessing. And I still have that dog. And I got another dog, Cody. And that's what makes me smile every day because they keep me happy. Even if they piss and shit on my floor, I still be smiling, getting it up, saying maybe we'll get on the pad the next time.
Okay. Tanya, what about you? What makes you happy? What makes you feel
You
alive?
really stole your daughter's dog.
What makes me feel alive?
Yes.
Spending time with my family makes me feel alive. But more than that, spending time with my husband makes me feel alive because through him, I get a physical representation of how much God loves me.
Okay. Sean, how about you? What makes you feel alive?
Mute my audio.
What makes me feel alive is my relationship with Christ, and that's number one. And number two, my bond with my family. Like is I'm about to feel some kind of way because the baby of the bunch is on his way to college.
Mm.
And, waking up or coming home every day and seeing him and his mom every day, that brings me joy, even when, times things may not be going right. Not anything negative, but, sometimes, like I said, I'm a selfish dude. And I'll come in with attitudes and rah, 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 what have you. But then to come home, like soon I'm gonna be coming home and we're the three musketeers and we're about to be two. So I'm about I'm sitting here thinking why you asked this question, like that part of my life is about to shift a little bit. And so I'm sitting here, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm getting a little anxious about how that's going to be. How some of you all have become empty nesters and this, that, and the other. This will be my first experience at that.
Well, just
That
like
life gets good when they get old and move on.
Well,
That paycheck belongs to you for now on. Woo,
and
you get
see,
to travel, you
I
get to do a whole lot of shit you couldn't do no more because you spent your whole life providing. Now you get to
right.
provide for you. So enjoy that wave. Don't be scared because it's going to be a great feeling. When
I
you and your lady
appreciate
pack
that.
up and just vacay and walk around butt naked if you want, and just do crazy, stupid, like you couldn't really be, alive. I guess you get to live a little bit more. So don't be scared. Embrace it. Get ready for it.
Well,
You
I
did a
feel
good. That's the reward of it all. When everybody's off to college doing well, that's the reward. You don't get really nothing out of life taking care of your family, but watching them thrive and do well. That's the reward.
I received that, Bert.
That's what's up, man.
got more, Sean?
Nope. I'm gonna hang on to what Mr. B just said.
All right. And that's a testament, and that is something that everybody should take that and commit that into the forefront of your mind, because that is something that we all need to do. We live for our children, but we have to remember to live for us too. And I second what Burr said. The greatest reward is to see your children do well. But I'm gonna tell you, it's equally rewarding for them to see that you're doing well too. Like you're continuing to live your life. So that's a beautiful thing. Let me answer this question too. What makes me feel alive? My relationships with God and family. And through the grace of God, I have a very big family. And see, my family, no, I'm at the stage in life where I don't have a lot of friends. See, I don't even use that term a lot these days, because most of the people that were my friends, they've transcended beyond that. They become family. So, and it's not necessarily blood that ties us. It's the relationship. So most of my childhood friends or people that I've met along life, I've been fortunate to call them family now. And like I said, I know that's the blessing of God. He's always surrounded me what I need. Uh he's surrounded me with some people that push me, and he surrounded me with people that I need to push. But again, the thing that makes me feel alive, or things that makes me feel alive, is my relationships with God and family. And so I'm thankful for that. It gives you a reason to get up and you know live, truly live, not just I told y'all this before. They said, is a saying. It's like either you get busy living or you get busy dying. And I ain't trying to die no time soon, God willing. Um, Thank you, Jesus. All right, let's go to question number 3. Uh, all right, at your current stage in life, do you find yourself contemplating mortality? So again, At your current stage in life, do you find yourself questioning your mortality? Do you become anxious? When you think about death, does the thought of death cause you anxiety? That's it in layman's terms. I'm gonna do um let's go to Bert first. Bert.
Well, I'm gonna share some shit with you guys, man, and this is going way back. So, now I'm discovering that I have, cardio arterial disease. I've had 4 cardiac episodes where I had to have stents. I've had another episode where I've had to have a bypass to bypass a few vessels in my heart to encourage. And I believe, this goes deep, man. My firstborn son, passed from a heart defect that no one knew where this came from. So no one knew in my history, her history of heart disease, and I didn't know until my dad passed back in 2012. So my mom passed at 42, my dad passed at 72. Guess what? I'm kind of in the medium. I'm 53 right now, and I'm struggling with, heart disease. So, yes, death is knocking at my door on many occasions. I keep it a buck. I cry every time I go in surgery. I pray that God wakes me up. I'm petrified right now that my time is coming soon. So I don't look heavy into my future. I don't look 10 years from now. I'm living like today's my last day and tomorrow's not promised. So I am very overwhelmingly petrified that my life ends soon. It is going to end and we're all going to die. It's just a matter of when you do. And it's starting to really put a lot of pressure on me. Like, when is this going to happen? Because it's happening based on history, based on family, based on all of these things is like making me crazy. So I'm living like today's my last day and I don't give a shit about nothing or nobody. I'm sorry. I love who I love. Family is who I have. I don't have much, but I don't really look forward to a long future for me.
Well,
Uh,
God still has you here for a reason.
mhm.
I mean, I'm here for now. I'm not going to be here forever.
I
uh,
didn't say you were going to be here forever, but you're going to be here as long as God needs you and you got a purpose in life. God's going to keep you here.
I second that. Sean, you got a word to edify our brother?
Bert, thank you for sharing that. None of us is going to be here forever. And the truth of the matter is, in my belief, is that we all should live like today is our last day and tomorrow's not promised because we don't know the day or the hour when we will be called home to be with our maker, creator, or whoever it is that you call our father. Um, Live life with no regrets, but live life with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And when doing so, and you line yourself up, like get your relationship, and I'm talking to all of us, get our relationship together with Christ and find out what our purpose is. What is his plan for us? Because he will lead us and guide us in that direction. And a lot of us, and if I keep it a buck, as Bert will say, we know our purpose, but because we're not ready to walk in that purpose, we're just aimlessly roaming around here. And all of us on here, with an exception to maybe 3 or 4 of us, we're over 45. So we're on that other side of life right now, to where what we do and how we do in life ought to be a priority.
Yeah. Um, I received that. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
All right, now I'm gonna tell y'all something too. I'm telling you, this is all God driven. I'm come up with these titles, come up with these questions and stuff. We know we never know what we're gonna get into. We present these questions and stuff. This is heartfelt. This is not no stage. This is not scripted. We speak from our hearts. Bird has said long ago, the show is therapeutic. I'm telling you, you guys have made me shed tears on this show. I've cried for people, cried with people. I just shed tears because of people's situations. There's sometimes where there's people on here just make you want to snatch them by the damn throat and shake them up. Because of the way they behave their life, live their life, and how they behave in life, and knowing that these individuals been given more opportunities, it appears, to get themselves together, and they still have it, and it pisses me off. It makes me angry. It really does. But you know, I'm I'm probably
Those are the fools. Those are the fools that God is looking out for. That's why they getting chances after chances. Those are the fools he's looking after.
Yep.
Well, this is
And
it's
they can
coming
do it
from every. I
proper.
mean, natural life we all take for granted. We all lose our path. We all lose our way. You know what I mean? We all were young at some point, so But the evolution and who we become
Mhm.
decide where we're going. You know what I mean? If you're 40 years old still selling drugs, or you're still out running the street trying to be the old head in the club, trying to pill up on the young girls, then you really haven't evolved. You're still trying to live in those days that you thought were the best days of
Mm-hmm.
your life. But
Mm-hmm.
best days of your life are becoming knowing all of that's nonsense and maturing and evolving and, stepping out of that young mentality and becoming a mature adult. So, yes, I think all of us have taken for granted of what life has given us and what opportunities we threw away or blown. You know what I mean? We all go through it because that's what life does. You learn through life, you live through life, and you decide through life. So you got to fall, you got to get up, you got to fail, you got to, you know what I mean? There's no such word as success if you haven't failed.
Mhm.
There's no get up if you ain't fell. You don't know what it's like to get up if you ain't never fell before. So you gotta fall. And you will fall. And everybody on this podcast has fall at some point.
Yes,
But I
yes.
believe everybody on this podcast has got up and kept going. Some of us have fell again and again and again. But we evolve, we get up. You're not making the same mistake twice. Everybody that I notice on this podcast is doing very well at some level in their life. You're not who you were before. You're not the same person. So some people say, "Oh, I miss that person that was this and that." Nobody's supposed to be the same person they were 20 or 30 years ago. If you're the
Definitely
same
not.
person you were 20, 30 years ago, you've gone nowhere in life. You haven't evolved
Right.
yet.
Right.
So you're not ever going to
Exactly.
be the same person. Oh, I'm still me. You're not, though. I mean, your brain has grown, your arms grown, everything in your whole self has grown. And if it hasn't, you went nowhere in life.
Like this, you guys are dropping juice. Let me bring these ladies back into this discussion. Patsy, um, do you find yourself contemplating your mortality?
Um, I think about it, but am I thinking about committing suicide? That's the last thing on my mind. But I don't really dwell on it. I kind of glance at it a bit, but not really. Because I know I got sick a while ago, with some type of stomach virus, and my white blood count was really low, and it wasn't improving or anything. Oh, was
Mhm.
it high? I forget which one. But anyways, the doctor said that it's a possibility I could have cancer, and I'm like, that was a scary shit, to even have somebody tell me that I could possibly have that. I'm like, well, I just asked that someone could actually come and talk to me, or like a counselor or an advocate, just because that scared the crap out of me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who wants to hear that I could possibly have cancer? Anyone that ever has heard that will scare the mess out of you. It's like having a heart attack. That can scare the crap out of anybody. You know what I'm saying? Or any heart problems or having a stroke. That's whew, just scary, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But outside of being scared of like something happening and having treatment of a possible situation, health situation, that's scary, but I've never thought about suicide. That's the last thing on my mind.
Good, good. Timmy, have you ever contemplated your mortality? Does the thought of death cause you anxiety?
The death caused me anxiety. And one, life was precious. I don't take life for granted, and so me committing suicide, that's just not something I would do. I feel like that's cowardly, and I don't recommend that.
Uh,
Because
I don't
I
believe
think when
cowardly
you
is the
do
word.
things like that, you're not thinking of the people. You're not thinking of your loved ones. You know,
That
you're not
happens when
think.
people, you're not thinking of that person and they feel so alone and isolated. You gotta change that cowardly, because I don't know if you're educated on mental illness as much as you
Oh
think
yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
yeah. I know
Because
mental
someone that does
illness,
do something
but
like that
I'm
is,
I'm talking about now. I'm saying. Let me correct it. I'm saying cowardly. I'm not taking nothing away for those who feel like they 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 have no other choice. No one's listening to them.
that's
They
usually
not
how it happens. I mean, you come from
they
a
don't
large
got no
family.
help. They don't got no one to talk to. So I'm not taking nothing away for those people, because those people felt alone, and they didn't have no one. I'm talking about people who be playing with it. I'm gonna kill myself just to get a reaction from somebody. That's
No,
what I'm talking
that's a
about.
cry for help, though, T. And that you hear somebody talking like that, that's a cry for help that you should pay attention to, and not look at it in a way like they're weak and they just feel no way out, and that's the way out. Sometimes
Yeah,
people
but
feel my
yeah,
family's better off without me. That's just a feeling that I don't know, man. It's tough for someone
I
to feel
know
that
it's
way.
tough, but what I'm saying is, Bird, that people who really want to end their life, they're not going to tell people, or they might have told people, and people took them like they're just talking. They've been saying this for a long,
It's a
and
cry
then
for
they
help.
just do it, you
Mhm.
know.
So let me be clear about this. So when I say does the thought of death cause you anxiety, I'm not, and when I'm talking about contemplating your mortality, I'm not talking about suicide.
My boy.
So let me be clear about that. That might be where the thought of your mortality might lead you, but that's not necessarily like what results from contemplating your mortality. It shouldn't, because if it does, then there's other things at play, and there's other issues that you need to deal with before you before it gets to that point. Kiana, what about you? Do you find yourself contemplating your mortality? Duchess, turn your mic on.
I'm sorry, I walked out the room for a quick second. What was the question?
Do you find yourself contemplating your mortality?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, everybody does, I guess. It comes into your thoughts. And of course, if like you get into a car accident or something like that, it might flash and you know, I don't want this to be the way that I go. But when I think about it, I can't wait to be with Jesus. So whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, you've always been an advocate about that. Don't fear. Brimage.
You ain't got no damn control over it.
Audio now unmuted.
It's on you.
God said, when he comes, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Yes, I get anxious sometimes, thinking death is looming. Because we have to die someday. Just don't know when. My biggest concern is my loved ones I leave behind. I'm so worried about how they're going to deal with life when I'm not here. Are they going to be able to resolve conflicts? Are they going to be able to, the ones that live with me, pay bills? Keep a good doggone, what you would call a reputation, hold their head up proud and still be able to do the right in life. That's what I worry about. So when I say, oh, death's going to come, God, please, sorry everyone, and I know my family know me for this, if you're going to take me, and it might sound selfish, I would like for all of us to die at the same time. Because I
Wow.
don't have to
Oh my
worry about nobody crying about me.
Yeah. You know,
I don't know what would we do without you if anything happened to you.
I gotta tell you this, and then I'm gonna move on to Gregory and Sean and Tanya because I know they're waiting. I'm gonna
Mute my audio.
say this real quick. God doesn't hear those selfish prayers about you. I'm just gonna say that and move on. Gregory, go ahead, Gregory. At this stage in life, do you find yourself contemplating your mortality?
Um, just growing up and living the way that I was living and seeing death so much, like people that you probably played with, they died, and then close family members and stuff. So that stuff is always like in the back of my mind. But I live my life a certain way, so I wouldn't wake up thinking, "Oh, today is my day." I feel like God isn't done with me.
Okay. Tanya?
Do I contemplate my mortality? When I contemplate my mortality, I'm thinking more on I pray that I've done everything that God's purpose for me was done. I pray that I've instilled enough in my loved ones that I'm leaving behind, enough about making sure that they have a firm relationship with Christ, and that their intimate relationship can help lead, guide, and direct them to their will and purpose, that they have no fear. Do I think about dying? Like he said, I'm can't wait to be, in heaven with God. The only thing that I think about is how. That's the only anxiety that I get is about how.
Okay. Sean, I know I asked you to provide us and Bird with the edifying word, but I'm gonna ask you the question.
Mhm.
Do you find yourself contemplating your mortality?
Um, Not until you just asked the question, but I would say it like this, that I know that I have not, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer in Christ. I know I'm saved. I may not have dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's. Um, but I believe that each day that he allows me to wake up, that he's given me the opportunity to correct all the wrongs that I may have done and try to get on that straight and narrow. Um, I don't look forward to my transition, anything like that, because I'm gonna say something that you probably haven't heard other people say. I enjoy living.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when I die, because I'm saved, and I believe that I know that I'm saved. I believe that when I die, I'm gonna lift my eyes in heaven with Christ and this and that. But because I know this, I'm not anxious to see him because I'm going to spend eternity with him. So he gave me the opportunity to live on this earth right now, and living on this earth, I enjoy living on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he calls me, I know I'll be ready. But if he ain't calling me, don't worry about that guy. I'm coming, and I'm going to live eternally with you. But for right now, I'm enjoying what he has given us here on earth.
And I'm a second.
That was well said.
I'm a second what Sean says too, because I'm not in no rush to get to the grave. I'm not. I'm I'm trying to do all that I can while I'm here to prepare uh me and mines. I feel secure that I'm going to heaven, but I also want to make certain that I've done all that I can, so I am blessed with entrance into heaven. I don't want to do anything to mess that up, but I want to make sure enough of my family is going to join me there. I don't want to worry about my loved ones once I'm no longer here. And I don't think that God is like that. I don't think that he would do that to us, uh, call us up and then allow us to worry about what's going on here on earth. So um, I'm just trying to get them straight while I'm around to do so. But
Let,
I ain't no rush.
That's our
let,
job. Our job is to
let me
get them
give
straight.
you, yep, let me give you a rebuttal on that. I truly believe in my teachings and what I believe in our walk with Christ. Once we close our eyes,
There's no
the
more tears.
cares and concerns of this world
I
is no
no more.
longer.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that is that because your job here on earth was done and you're about to be at the right hand of the Father, it is all about him. It ain't about nothing what you left behind, because the concerns of the earth ain't even going to be in part of your uh because we're in the spirit realm. I was about to say it's going to even be part of your DNA or anything. Like, you won't even have, because you're going to be in heaven. Everything about you being in heaven will be about heaven, to where you're not Christ, so you won't have the concerns about anything on earth, because there's nothing you can do about what's on earth. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when you close your eyes, our job is to live the life that we're supposed to live so that we can be with our Father. Because once we get up there, it's going to be all about Him. Our God is a jealous God. He ain't, listen, what's happening on earth, that's His responsibility. We up there with Him now. We don't have no concerns. Like, I want to go too deep into it. I'm even a firm believer about, I hear people say this at funerals about, we'll see you on the other side, this, not this, da, 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 da. I don't even believe that it's even like that,
Mm.
because it's all about, it ain't about going up to heaven and having a family reunion, because it's going to be all day worshiping Christ. and that's going to be our main focus and our main concern.
Yeah, I received that. All right. I'm gonna move on to this question number 4. But tell y'all, we getting deep tonight. And these questions, these conversations, topics like this often does that. Robbie, you just clicked on, so I'm gonna go to you first, and then I'm gonna go to Rick. So question number 4.
Before you say that question, I just want to say what I just want to just try to add to what Sean just said. This is kind of my belief. I mean, I will hope that we all would reunite in heaven, but I always had this in mind too, because I just think kind of off the scale sometimes. Your inner being, when you don't open your eyes and you can block your ears and close your mouth and your nose, you can still talk, have sentences and all of that. I think that's what goes on in life. Your shell, your vessel, just disappear. Your soul is your inner being, and that's that voice that you can talk to yourself without even speaking out loud. That was what I wanted to say about that there. I just believe that that's what you're going to see up there, probably just floating eyeballs. Never know.
All right, stay right there. Question number 4. Has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant to other people's bad behavior?
Midlife. And it's all about being able to endure their ignorance. Me, I'll say this for midlife. Midlife don't have to be a crisis. It can be an investment and for the good, the future for your remaining years here or for the ones you leave behind.
Okay. But has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant of other people's bad behavior?
I don't deal with people.
Okay. Easy answer. B, what you say, Bert?
Say it again.
Has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant of people's bad behavior?
Mute my audio button.
I definitely believe I become more tolerant. I'm not quick to want to punch nobody in the face or slap you or get angry because you're an asshole and I'm just trying to live right. I definitely believe I've gained more tolerance as an age, understanding as well.
Huh? Gregory, how about you?
Quick rebuttal to Uncle Rob too. I don't know if you know this, but they say that angels look like eyeballs with wings. And the other thing that you said about the closing your eyes and hearing a voice in your head, there is only 50% of people on earth that have that voice in their head. Some people don't even have a voice in their head.
Muted.
What was the question, Uncle Rob? I mean, Uncle D. Excuse
Oh,
me.
the conscience is the voice.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Everybody has a conscience.
no, there's a study going on, right? See, we should do a podcast on this one too. Certain people have certain conditions where they can't even imagine anything. If you tell them to imagine something, they can't use their consciousness to do that. So certain people don't have that internal voice
Mute
in
my
their head
audio
to
button.
their consciousness.
I feel sorry for those people. Gregory, has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant to other people's bad behavior?
Um, I would say because I don't feel like I'm all the way at midlife. Sometimes I do be a little irate sometimes, and then sometimes like I'll be very, very calm. So it's a like a up and down thing with me right now.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. No, I don't think I'll have a midlife crisis because actually I don't know. I shared earlier what I think my mindset is going to be once my baby leaves home. So who knows what that's going to be? I go ahead.
Because of that, right?
Uh-huh.
Has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant to other people's bad behavior?
Ooh, that's good. I've never had patience for other people's bad behavior. I always say I barely deal with my own foolishness. I'm sure enough not about to deal with anybody else's. So yeah,
Audio now.
I do have more. I've learned to have more patience. I actually just had this conversation with the missus not too long ago, to where things that used to bother me, um, I used to speak up on very adamantly, violently, ignorantly, if that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I've come to, because I guess God has always given me grace. I'm learning how to show grace.
That's good. That's a good one right there. That's good. Level of discernment has led to grace for others. I like that. Um, let's go to Timmy. Timmy, has midlife made you more tolerant to other people's bad behavior or less tolerant?
I don't know about that, but I don't. I try not to involve myself into people's
Mute my
nonsense
audio.
because sometimes you try to rectify things, and sometimes things that you're trying to rectify can turn into something serious because your what you believe and what you're trying to rectify don't have the same belief. And so I just try not to get involved in crazy. I just stand back, sit back from the fire and watch.
Okay. All right. Uh, Patsy, how about you? Has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant to other people's bad behavior?
Um,
Fish or chili?
it just depends on the person. Um, I guess I've just always, because of how my mother raised me, it's
Right.
like bad behavior is never tolerated, no matter at what age the person that's acting badly is, or how old you are to say, like, I'm going to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tolerated bad behavior or making excuses for that. If I see you acting badly and if I know you well enough that I say hi to you when I'm out in the street or in the building or something, I'll speak to you personally about your bad behavior and try to correct you, and when I'm saying it in love,
Mm-hmm.
because if I like you or I care about you, I'm gonna speak on it. But if I'm not really got that personal relationship, I tend to I kind of tolerate it to a point where I could actually walk away from the person, but it doesn't mean that I excuse the bad behavior, so in that way I don't tolerate it, so I can actually move away from that situation. But mind you, if I know you and I see you acting inappropriately and badly,
Mhm.
you're being spoken to, especially if but I'm gonna tell you in a way that you can understand it, and I'm not gonna make you feel like you disrespected by speaking to you in such a fashion. It's I just think it's a kind and godly thing to correct a person in their bad behavior, but I could walk away from a person that I'm really not. I might know you to speak to you, but I don't know you well enough to correct you.
Okay.
So bad behavior is never tolerated, no matter what your age. If you're at the midlife or you're before it or after, it's never tolerated.
Duchess, with us?
Yes.
So, has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant of other people's bad behavior?
I like how you laughed. I've never been one to tolerate people's bad behavior, and even more so now. It's very much annoying because I can't stand people who, oh, it's because of my mother. Mother effer, you're 50. You've been away from your mother longer than you've been with your mother. So don't use that as an excuse. So
It's
bad
called
behavior.
trauma. We're
Yeah,
lost
but
though.
it's
Trauma
you as
affects
you
your
as
whole
an
life.
adult. It is your responsibility to say to is to be introspective. That's what you should be, and be looking around and saying, "Oh well, I can no longer have an excuse of blaming everybody else. I have to take up my own stuff and look at it and either do the work yourself, get involved with somebody, but you can't use that as an excuse. Trauma is true. It's true, but then if
It's
you're hurting
real. It's
everybody
not
around
true.
you,
It's
huh?
real. Trauma's
I'm not
real. It
saying that
affects
trauma
your
is not
whole
real.
life. It's real. You said it's true, but it's real. It affects people in more ways than you say, and it's an excuse. And
But you cannot use that as an excuse at 60 years old that you're behaving like a child and doing childish things and blaming that on other people. You have to take up your own responsibility and say, okay, I because guess what? When you go to jail, whoever traumatized you, they're not going there with you. You're doing the time. You're the one who's being blamed. You're the one who's responsible.
Okay. Hold on for a second. Let me get
And I
this.
know somebody like that always blaming people for his downfall. Somebody's always at fault.
Let me go ahead and get this pay some bills. All right, this episode, as all the other episodes, is sponsored by EmporiumPlus.org. Again, this episode is sponsored by EmporiumPlus.org. And this is an online store
Audio now on.
where you can find what you are looking for. And if you can't find what you're looking for, you are not shopping in the right store. This is the one-stop shop. And again, in this store, we have a shirt that is basically authored and articulated. And I've heard Kiana say this all the time. So I give her credit for this saying.
Yeah.
I don't tolerate bullshit and I don't co-sign dumb shit. You can find that shirt where, Robert?
At EmporiumPlus.org, where you will find fashions of Adaptive Parish Ladies First, Youth Serum, Still a Man, Envy Forever, SOS Support Our Sisters, and some fashion and EmporiumPlus.org. Also, for the YouTube people that's watching our podcast, continue to watch, hit the like button. Please spam a comment, do whatever you need to do to show us you're there. Or if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It costs you nothing. It's not like EmporiumPlus.org where you have to spend something. This is absolutely free. Subscribe. Thank you.
Okay.
And for anyone suffering from mental illness or anything, please dial 1-800-NO.
Mute my audio.
When life gets hard, pick up that card with the smiley face.
Tanya, I didn't forget about you.
Okay.
So the question is, has midlife made you more tolerant or less tolerant of other people's bad behavior?
Well, when I was younger, I didn't tolerate the bad behavior, but as I'm getting older, I'm gonna have to piggyback off of what Sean said, that God giving me grace has taught me to give others grace and to pray for them on top of that.
Okay. Stay right there, Tanya. I'm gonna hit you with the next question. Are men or women more likely to suffer a midlife crisis, and how do each of the genders react to said midlife crisis?
Oh God. I think they both are able to suffer from midlife crisis. And I think the way that they react depends on where they are mentally, mature wise. If they learned anything, if they lived life and learned some lessons, would dictate how they respond to it. Like if you still, like Bird said earlier, if you're still trying to live your glory days, then you're gonna be out there trying to go to the club and everything to pick you up somebody. But if you mature,
women doing that too. You 50 years old, starting to still be at every event, all the little
Right.
all-white parties, and get over it. I get it, but I don't know. Guys, girls, both do the same thing.
they do.
Chasing something, chasing your youth, feeling alive by it.
Uh, I think most of the time when that happens, those people have lived a fast life, so they grew up too quick. So now that they're older, they're like, I missed all this going out to the clubs, and I missed going to
That's a
concerts
midlife
and stuff
crisis.
like that. That's when they start to just jump in there. And now is I got to go to every show that comes in. I got to go to the clubs wherever this
They at the
artist
yellow
gonna be
peppermint.
at.
So,
Aunties and the nanas are out right now.
Tanya, was you done or did you have
I'm
more?
done.
Timmy, I'm gonna take that as your answer.
Yeah.
All right, Patsy, same question.
What's the question again?
Are men or women more likely to suffer a midlife crisis? And how does each gender
Menopause.
react to said midlife crisis?
I'm not sure. I think with each gender it's a little bit different. And even within the same gender, you might, it's like Gregory just said, menopause, right? All women go through it. But it's how you deal with it and question your doctor about what you're going through and blah blah blah. It's all about perspective um and the different ways that you can actually deal with it. Men deal with their crisis differently than women, and even at that, it's men have different issues health wise. Women have different issues health wise too, but it's all about perspective and admitting that you're going through the midlife crisis, and if you feel like you need to talk to someone because it feels like you're going a little bit crazy through the crisis. If you got kids, teenagers, parents that are sickly, and you're kind of torn apart in the midst of your craziness of questioning different things. I don't know if it's men or women going through more midlife crisis. It's different for each gender.
Audio
So
on
that's
mute.
what I'm thinking.
Okay. Duchess, how about you? Are men or women more likely to suffer a midlife crisis, and how does each gender react to the midlife crisis?
I think it's split down the middle. And I think that there are similarities in everybody's quote unquote midlife crisis, but I think that it will affect each person differently, whether they be male or female. Like let's just say for women, no two women are going through the same exact, let's just say, menopausal symptoms or perimenopausal symptoms. Now they're saying that there's like either 68 or 82 different symptoms. So no two women are going through the same at the same time. So it's going to be different. Just like men, there are men who are more been pushed more to you know head down, keep doing what you're doing, and don't address your issues, push through. And then there's men who they could never do that. They're falling apart at the seams at the slightest imbalance in their life. So I just think that it's different for everyone.
Hmm. Okay. Well put. Well put. Brimage.
Why? All right. This will be my answer. This is a fun fact, real quick, and I'll just drop maybe what you want to know the difference. Fun fact: 15.5% of men, 13.3% for women. That's what the data is showing. They tend to go through midlife crisis between the age of 38 through 50. My difference, and I'll make it short. Men, their midlife crisis is because they ran from their challenges, some of them, some of their responsibilities and duty as a man growing up from maybe 18 to 30. And when they became 30, 40, 45, it was too much. It's overwhelming. So they have a breakdown. That's what some of them. I don't know if you had an accident and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about what I think it is. And for women, some of them, they had midlife crisis all their lives.
Hmm. Okay. Bert, what do you say? Are men or women more likely to
Mute my
suffer a
audio. Mute
midlife
my audio.
crisis? And how do each of the genders deal with the midlife crisis?
I mean, I relate midlife crisis to women as like menopause. It's a natural occurrence for all women go through it, so they end up managing it better than the man would a midlife crisis. Some men check out, some men give up, some men fall down. Women, I think, are a little bit more stronger than us because they persevere through it, they get through it, they go through it, and they still make it work. They still make it happy. They still make it happen. They don't get no break, no vacation, no sick time, no nothing. So I definitely believe the men are the weaker species going through this so-called change of life. So we call it midlife crisis, but when women go through their menopause, it's a change of life. That's been going on for centuries. So women are more stronger managing through it than we could ever be.
Okay. Well said, well said. G, what you say?
Now
I
unmuted.
agreed. I agreed.
Um, I believe both men and women go through it, but I'm just gonna give you a little tip to keep you from going through it faster. To smile and laugh, because when you smile and laugh, you release chemicals that keep you young. So if it's when you're getting to this point and you start feeling like, well, I'm getting old, you're only as old as you believe you are.
Okay.
Yeah. My body's telling me I'm old. I could believe I'm
Uh,
young, but my body ain't responding. I don't know where you got that shit from.
It's a mental thing. It's about the body, bro. So
Physical. No, it's not. It's a mental. It's what you make it. But when your body's not responding to what your mind wants, then that's a whole nother playing field.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
because
you,
your
but my
body ain't
body is
so.
broken. My body is damaged, broken.
Sean?
Yeah, 'cause sometimes your mind goes to it, but your body be yelling at you, bitch, what the fuck you think you doing?
Oh.
I don't know what body's doing that, but
I don't
damn
think
sure
my
mine.
I don't
I
No,
think
ain't
my
your
going to
man
let you off
doing
the tip.
I
that.
don't
Nah,
think my
I'll be
body
extreme with
I
it.
don't think my body speaks to me in that manner and
My
in
body,
that
yeah, my
voice.
body ain't calling me a bitch.
That's why I
Really?
said I'll be a little bit more sarcastic and extreme.
Yeah, yeah,
Jeez.
I don't think I want my body to talk to me like that. I would feel emasculated.
But
My
B, the
body would be
laughing
no
and
more.
smiling thing really produces this chemical in your body to
Yeah,
reverse aging.
it's endorphins.
So
Yes.
Sean, what do you
just
say?
laugh and smile a
Qu-
little more, brother.
question again, please.
Question is, are women or men more likely to suffer a midlife crisis, and how does each of the genders deal with said midlife crisis?
Oh wow. Um, because it's called midlife crisis, I'm assuming both men and women deal with it. I can't really speak on a woman's perspective because I don't know
Mute my audio. Mute my.
what a midlife crisis would be for them. But as a man, um, I interpret midlife crisis as you've reached a point in life to where you're you don't know.
Your purpose.
uh yeah, it could be you don't know your purpose and you're trying to find something that's gonna make you go back to your first question. This the phrase feel alive, feel
Mhm.
um like I'm existing, like I have some type of excitement in my life. And so whatever it is that, I mean, people's midlife crisis could be a number of things. Is whatever is going to make you feel like you're being fulfilled, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. I'll say this a little bit, and then I'm gonna get off of it. I look at midlife crisis based off of what I've seen through TV and what I've heard people say, almost kind of like a insecurity and an immature mindset.
Mm.
That's how I that's how I see it.
Stay right there, Sean. I'm gonna give y'all a little fun fact, and then I'm gonna hit you with question number 6. So this is for you guys, just for your own. This is gonna help you grow. So, according to research, they claim that when men suffer midlife crisis, we usually go out and buy a fast car or motorcycle or get a young girlfriend and hit the gym. Or we do something different. They say women, when they suffer midlife crisis, they go out and they get some type of body alteration. They get a facelift, nose lift, they go out,
BBL.
they go out and they get themselves. Now they go and find themselves a younger man, and they also hit the gym. So I think it's real similar. But here's the thing that the men don't do. It always haunts us, always haunts the man. We don't go and seek any type of therapy. We think we don't need it right away. That's what it is. That's the one thing that separates the men from the women when it comes to anything like
That's
that.
the masculinity. That's your masculinity where you feel like you're the man, nothing's supposed to hurt you. That comes with time. That's all
Mute my
at the
audio.
beginning of time when men had to carry
Mm-hmm.
the burden of being the provider, the breadwinner, and making sure everything in the house is kept up and whatnot. And so now when you
Timmy,
don't.
he said, I just wanted to get the fun fact and then move on. You about to take us in another different direction, brother. And I got 6 more questions to go. So I don't.
Go ahead.
I gotta stop you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come to you right after Sean, because this kind of it kind of goes hand in hand where you was about to go to. So Sean, question number 6. And you've been flirting with this all night, Sean, alluding to it. Are you certain about what you should do next in life?
Yes, I am. And can I honestly tell you that that only came about literally 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been on that journey.
Okay. That's honest. Timmy, same question.
Have I did what?
Are you uncertain about what you should do next in life?
I ain't uncertain about anything. Whatever the man upstairs have in store for me to do, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Easy, easy. Bird, what about you? Are you uncertain about what comes next in life?
Bring it on, Jesus.
Okay. Gregory, what about you?
Life is what you make it. You never know what's gonna happen. Just proceed in life with ambition.
Okay.
Audio now unmuted.
Like Brimage?
God don't tell me everything, just some things. And what he told me to say to this question is we all been uncertain all our lives. Because you don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow or not.
Okay.
Just thank you, WWF. Cut that shit out.
Yeah, thank you, Bird.
Mute my audio.
I'm gonna go to the ladies. Kiana, are you uncertain about what comes next in life?
Yes, because I think when you have a plan, as much as you try to plan, life will throw you a curveball and you'll be doing nothing of what you planned. So I think you just have to be flexible, pray along the way, and hope that you're going in the right direction.
Like it. Patsy, what about you? Are you uncertain about what you should do next in life?
Uncertainty, yes, to a point, but I do try to at least have somewhat of a game plan of what I want to do. If something comes up and it changes that plan a little bit, gotta roll with the punches.
I like it. T, what about you?
What I am uncertain about as I looked over my past, I've always been a carer, a nurturer, a giver, taking care of other people. So I know that that's what God created me for, and that's part of His plan and purpose for me. So what I'm uncertain about is what capacity that I am to exhibit those qualities in.
Okay.
Meaning what field? Like if it's to deal with the homeless or to help people in need. You know, I don't know exactly what area. I'm uncertain about that because I've touched every aspect of it. I've touched at the aspect of working with drug addiction. I've touched the aspect of being homeless. I touched the aspect of being a single parent. So I don't know what area specifically.
I feel like we
Whichever one you excel at, which one that you like the best.
I feel like we answered this question, or we alluded to it in a sense.
Mute my audio.
We already touched this question number 7, but I'm gonna put it out there, and if y'all want to answer it, you can answer it. Tanya, I'm gonna stay with you. What are the most important things to you at this stage in your life?
The most important thing is to be more intimate. Like I said earlier, my relationship with Christ has to be more intimate.
Okay.
And when I have that right, everything else will fall into place.
Patsy, what about you?
Living life to the fullest, and like Jesus was questioned about what's the greatest commandment of all, loving your neighbors as you love yourself, as I have loved you. So therefore, I'm loving on people the best way I know how. In which I love myself, which I like most people know me. I go get my nails done every week. I pamper myself a little bit. So therefore, just and because I know God loves me and He wants me to be happy, so I try to be happy, try to make others happy as best I can. But most of all, just loving others, loving myself, and loving God.
Okay. Like it, like it. Duchess, what about you? What's the most important thing to you at this stage in your life?
Being good to myself, continue building my relationship with God, my family, and making sure that we stay connected. And again, hoping that I'm doing the best that I can with what He's given me.
Huh? Timmy, what's the most important thing to you at this stage in life?
Keep living and keep being blessed.
Okay. Robert, what about you? Brimage, turn your mic on.
Audio
What was the
unmuted.
question? My nose.
You need me to come back to you?
We can try it.
What's the most important thing to you at this stage in your life?
Spreading my love, my knowledge, giving back, and being acceptance of it in return. I mean, I sometimes I deal with don't want to ask, really don't need you to be hugging and kissing on me because yucky germs, or you got a hidden agenda. So that's my answer.
Okay. Bert, what about you? What's the most important thing to you
Mute
at this
my
stage in
audio.
life?
Money, hoes, and respect. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing. I'm playing. Real shit. I would like to make sure that I put the higher power first above me right now. Um, really, I don't know. I don't feel like I have much to look forward to right now. So I'll just say God.
Okay, and that is a good enough answer for any question.
Yep.
Gregory.
Life, love, learning, lessons and blessings. Progress.
Okay, I'm telling y'all coming with the jewels tonight. Sean, what about you?
Piggyback off of Sister Tanya. My a deeper and more personal and intimate relationship with Christ, and starting to live life and everything in it with intention. We're being very intentional in everything that I do.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, ladies, it's truth time. Question number 8. Everybody put it beside your biases to answer this question. Are men or women more likely to have an increase or decrease in libido? Shall I go to the men or the women first? Men, y'all gonna have to hold tight. Ladies, what do you say? Patsy, what do you say?
Um, I think once we kind of hit a certain age, men's interest in libido kind of shoots down a little bit, and women's little libido increase just because of bodily functions or hormones or whatever. Is something changes up in our physical bodies.
Tanya?
I'm gonna say the women's increase and the men decrease. That's why they need the blue pills.
Right.
Oh boy.
Kiana? Gianna, turn your mic on.
What was the question?
Do men or women's libido increase or decrease?
I mean, it depends on the woman and it depends on the man and it depends on hormones. So, I mean, statistically, I think it's both. And I don't know why you sound far away, but that's my
Yeah,
answer.
he sound like he's in the back.
Yeah.
We gotta raise our hands to speak.
Let's go to Gregory. Now we're going to get the men's perspective.
I agree completely with my godmother. She hit it on the head. She said it. It depends on who the people are. Because you could be a person that took care of your testicular area or something as a young person. You get what I'm saying? So you grow up, you're not really worried about that thing. Look at those men that was having babies at Lord knows what age it was. How old was Dr. Sebi before he had his last baby?
I don't
When
know.
did he die? Exactly. What's the name? Robert De Niro. Didn't he just have a baby or something? And he's completely, you would think his libido is whack. It's not.
His libido
So it
was black, but they're giving men libido shots. Men are
so
getting these injections to increase their testosterone and their libido when they get certain ages. It is a natural occurrence that a man will lose his libido or lower his libido at a certain age in life.
or some people just is naturally like that. You get what I'm saying?
Nope.
From exercising or eating right or something.
What about you, Bird? What do you is it the woman or the man's does the man or the woman's libido increase or decrease?
I wasn't even sure women had libido. I thought it was more like estrogen versus testosterone, but
It's their
men
sex drive. That's basically what libido
men
is.
naturally lose the libido first more than women because they take the most beating in life that, just gives them a little bit less to thrive for. So men definitely lose libido faster and more occurring than women. And your sex drive, you might just not be into the one you having sex with, so your libido's gone.
Okay,
And the
yep,
guys
that's
that have titties just don't look good no more, or I don't know what it is, but men, I say, lose libido faster than women. And most men become, more empathetic, and the women develop more testosterone now, and men are developing estrogen. That's why you see many men with titties, and estrogen is
That's
flowing
the
through their body.
chemical warfare we going through, big
So,
dog.
you're a slim guy with titties, that's estrogen forming in your body. And women are growing beards and hair in unsuspecting places. That's the testosterone that women are building up more than men now.
The
wow.
food tellers, the food tellers.
Me and my sister was just talking about that earlier. We was having a nice conversation about hearing places where they didn't once was, where it wasn't before. Brimage, do men or women have an increase or decrease in their sex drive, their libido?
Like Gregory said, some men have been so sexually driven in their early days,
Individual.
no
It
longer,
really depends on the individual.
infatuated, sexes and everything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't say that this lady is going to be sexual driven at the age of 60 or 70.
They
This
are.
guy just might be. And
Just might break her.
everyone doesn't have to take a Viagra to still perform in life today. Unfortunately, there are some that needs it. I ain't knocking them. Do your
I just seen on Facebook, there's
exercises.
a red pill, not
The
just the
red
blue, it's
pill,
the
the
red
blue pill, the green pill, I don't care what type of pill it is. If you eat the right fruits and vegetables, your thing might just have a chance to survive. And if you don't put it in too many headlocks or have her break it.
Wait, stop.
My
We
God.
went from
Wow.
Skittles and
Skip
to
the
your
pills and
penis
get the
Okay, now I'm
syringe.
not finished.
dying.
Now, with a woman, like I said, those are things that a man could be concerned about. It going back up in the turtle shell as he gets older. It not being able to stay stiff. Those are his concerns. With a woman, she's been pounded, stretched, gutted. What they're most concerned, which I would think they would be worrying about, is two things: having infection, or
You're gonna
having
turn them
their
off.
having their uterus. I think the word is protrude, slip through into their vagina.
Or removed.
Yes. So when you think a man go through some things worrying about his penis getting hard or going back in the turtle shell, hee hee ha ha ha, we looking like, damn, you just picked that up off the floor and got rushed to the hospital.
So I just want to let y'all know, and Rob is part time. He's a gynecologist. So just in case you wanted to know where he got all this information from.
Thought you was gonna say she was gonna be hurt. You done took it to the extreme.
So I gotta do some
Mute
research
my
this stuff with us. So I just learned that the man's penis can die. It can suffer a death. I gotta talk to my doctor. When I go see my
That's
urologist,
also
I gotta talk
dead.
about this. I mean, I don't even want no
Now,
information like that. Timmy, same question.
Ken.
now there is things that you can do for not to, it's natural things that you can do for your erectile. It is a such thing as penis shrinkage, right? And it's because you got is you got your walls inside your penis has a lot of goddamn built up uh I would say it's like clay or something. It's a lot of that built up on the walls. So your shit start to shrink. But it's because of all that so you have to flush all that out of your system. It's from the food you eat and all that too. But the Africans, how why the Africans have mandingos shit is because they got these insects that the fruit bats was eating, right? And then the fruit bats would just have sex all goddamn day and all night. So they in the damn the portal people are using this same solution. It's
A
bugs.
needle, syringe.
No, it's not even syringe. It's bugs that they crushed up. It's from over Africa. They
They're
crush
using
this
a
shit
syringe
up, and you
system.
can mix it into your tea and stuff,
Mm.
and it'll help you, gain your damn libido back.
All right, Sean, same question.
Um, I think both men and women can and do lose their libidos at some point in time. Um, I'll just stick with the scientific facts of it. For men, I believe that we start losing our testosterone around 35, 36, something like that. And the ladies, you guys can help me on this. Uh, you all usually start like menopause around 40 or 50?
45.
Okay. Thank you,
Timmy, you
ladies.
a woman? Ain't none of those women answered. I
45,
noticed that, Tim.
Right.
47.
Y'all
Oh,
are
Tim
tight
got
lipped.
into
So,
that one.
so I know that those are some factors. But for us men, there's a number of things that can cause us to lose our libido, and Bird touched on it earlier. It could be the stresses, in our daily life or whatever, whatever keeps our health could be an issue,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
this
that's
is this is a high on the list. You can be with an individual that you're not even into like that.
Mhm.
So, and you're not going to go out and do anything on them. So that drive is gone there. Like it's there, but it's not there. That
Mhm.
makes any sense.
Makes
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
perfect sense.
Like you want to get loose, but you don't want to get loose with that person, and you definitely ain't gonna go out and slip out on that person.
Mhm.
So, so
Sean,
yeah, yes, sir.
go ahead. I'm gonna stay with you. Go ahead.
Nope. So the answer to your question is I believe that both men and women do and can lose their libido.
Mm.
All right. I'm gonna stay
Yeah,
with
but
you.
but
Hold on, Timmy.
also
Tim.
you got the people over in French. Them people are having sex 70, 80, 90 years old. So you you can regain it. It's just you have to know what to do to regain it.
I don't know.
All right, guys. We're gonna have to speed this up. This gonna be the speed round for these questions right here. Sean, I'm gonna start with you.
Fire.
Um, and y'all kind of answer this so you can 60 seconds or less. Uh, have you noticed any decline in your mental or physical abilities?
Absolutely not. No, sir. No, sir. I'm like uh like what some of the people like to say, I'm aging like fine wine, sir.
Okay, Timmy. What about you?
Oh no, sir. No way. I'm just getting started.
Okay,
The aging process is just getting started.
Robert.
Mute my audio button.
I'm trying to better understand this
Mute
question in
my
reference to
audio
what?
button.
I said, have you noticed a decline in your physical or mental abilities?
No, no. I amaze myself at time. I
Okay.
try to help out, others, but it's hard to teach when they don't want to learn. That's why those laugh in the background instead of clapping their hands, because they know they just might be one. But as I go on to say, no, my mentor, I try to keep shopping. I do a lot of researching. I watch a lot of programs. I even call up people on the phone. I say, hey, did you know this? And they say, no, that's not that. I say, well, let's learn together. And if I find that they're scared to learn, I can't dumb myself down for them. So I find mine's on the incline. And for physical, I feel good. I mean, the doctors tell me everything's good, and I feel good.
I'm sorry,
Bird?
Robert. Did he say he watches programs or porn? I
That's
Yeah,
didn't hear
I
which
he
one
know,
he
watch
I
a
said.
know,
lot
sir.
of
I know,
Whoa,
I
whoa,
know.
brother
Programs are
he
Sean.
watch
good.
a lot of
Programs,
Dr.
brother
Phil
He
Sean.
watching
and fucking Dr.
pornograms.
Oz and all
Yeah.
them. He watch
When the
all them
Lord
too.
said, let me hold on to your tongue, he didn't mean to lend it out.
Oh, Gregory, what do you say?
I thought you just said
You,
bird.
yeah,
I
you
did,
said
Bird.
bird.
I did, Bird. I did. Go ahead, Bird.
Mute my
But
audio.
what I have noticed is yes, my mental has declined. In I mean, I feel like I have been very pleased over the many years of my life sexually that I don't feel much enthusiastic, I would say, as I used to because it's really the same. I don't know. The end goal is orgasm. Do I like to please women? Absolutely. More than me? Absolutely. But the decline in my mental. My physical, I don't think has suffered at all, but my mental has because of, the choices that are out there, the things, I'm a insane overthinker, like Bob throughout the ran through, run down, that kind of puts something in my head, and I maybe fool myself with it, but I'm not as enthusiastic now. If you can bring a friend to the party, I'm on board. Toot, right? Let's get the boat and get everything popping. But I don't know, man. I'm just not as enthused sexually as I used to be. No.
Okay. Now, Gregory, go ahead.
Here's the thing.
Need some
Are you
whips
a
and chains,
novice,
bird.
a prospect, or a professional? Progress is the only way.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna show y'all something. Ladies, hold tight. No, actually, I'll wait until after I do the ladies. Go ahead, Patsy. Have you noticed any physical or mental decline in your abilities?
Heck no. That's why I got a toy at home.
Oh.
I know that's right.
Yep.
Tanya, have
I
you
Until you short, until you
Tanya,
short
have you
circuit it.
noticed any
myself.
I'm
Tanya?
gonna
Then you
be
short
honest.
circuit it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be the honest one on this panel.
Um,
Wait a minute. You ain't the only honest one. Cut it
no,
out.
no, no. Let's just hear how far she spread her butter.
No. It's her time. Go ahead, Tanya.
I have noticed a decline when I suffered a medical episode. There was the decline in my physical and my mental. But as I've been going through therapy and eating better and working my body back, I've been noticing incline.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Remember, I told you guys
Yep.
earlier it's about exercise and what
You
you
don't
eat.
need to say that. They heard it. You can save that for the replay. Duchess,
Novice,
same
prospect, or
question.
professional?
Can you
I'm
tell
sorry, I did not hear the question. I heard a
have you noticed a decline in your mental or physical abilities?
mental or physical abilities since I've gotten old. I mean, of course. I mean, I have long COVID, so of course I have physical disabilities and mental too. So yes, I have.
So I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. With
That's
the
not funny.
exception, with
That
the
is not funny.
exception. Wait. I'm gonna show y'all something because ain't nothing wrong. Y'all, what I just assessed is, with the exception of Kiana, all of y'all are a bunch of old freaks. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all's libido or nothing. Because I didn't ask y'all about your sexual prowess. Y'all just already automatically
I didn't. I did
I
not.
associate
didn't
that.
say nothing
I did
about
not.
sexual preference.
I didn't say nothing either. I said
You
that.
know, you
I,
you you don't need to say nothing. You got me all messed up anyway. Talking about people's penises have funerals. I'm still trying to get past
Yeah,
that
because
one.
I heard some sexual stuff too, and I was like, didn't he just say mental and physical? I'm like, where did all
That's
that?
what I
I'm
mean.
thinking like that physical was sexual.
Well,
Go
but
to
I
the
didn't.
next
I
question,
think I'd be
Rosita.
clear about if I meant sexual. I
so
would have said
so
sexual. I was talking about aches and pains and
yeah, and I
all
told you,
trying to
far as I
remember
know,
stuff.
my doctor tells me everything's good with me, and I feel good. That was my answer to physical. For the other mental, I told you I consider myself to be sharp, and I deal with people that don't want to learn at times.
Okay, but I just wanted to point that out to y'all. You didn't again the replay gonna show everything that everybody said. So we're gonna go to this one. I think I'm gonna jump around with one because I want to get a one in. Hold on. This is a good one right here. I think this is a good one. And actually, no, I'm ask this one, and then I'm gonna make this next one the last one. All right, guys, let me ask you this. Has midlife increased your level of faith? Let's stay with Kiana.
Faith in what? Be specific. so we don't all jump off track again.
I would say faith in the Lord and your beliefs.
There you go. There you go.
I would say not really midlife. I say health. Health issues make you draw on the Lord way more than you probably would if you weren't. I mean, that's not true. I think health issues make you draw on the Lord a lot more because you're by yourself with those issues and you have nothing but time to talk to God.
Ooh. Good one, good one, good one. Patsy, what about you? Has midlife drawn you closer to God? Has it increased your faith?
I've always had a good faith in God, so I'm not sure if it ever decreased throughout my life, but it kind of keeps me drawn into God as opposed to increasing my faith in God.
Okay. See, what about you?
I'm gonna double back on what the girls have said, and I'm gonna add that keeping your faith into God increases your relationship with Him. So it's hand in hand.
Okay, good one. Timmy, has midlife drawn you closer to God? Has it increased your faith?
That doesn't have any bearing on my faith in God.
Okay.
None whatsoever. So
Okay. Robert, same question.
Audio now unmuted.
You asked me.
Yes, it did.
It didn't change anything. God and me had our relationship way back then, and we still have our now. It was in question at times, but no, it never changed my faith. That's just my answer right there. Nothing changed. It's as strong as it ever been, and that's that.
All right. Gregory?
Mute my audio.
Yep, I believe in the term let go and let God, but lately as I've been getting a little bit older, I know to let go and let God means that God is gonna have me in what I'm trying to do in my proceedings as I'm trying to progress.
Okay. Sean, what do you say?
Like I said, I've been on this journey of getting myself closer and more intentional with God for the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I just happen to get to that midlife age. So, if you want to say it is helping, then that's what it's doing.
Okay. You know what? Let me see.
Bird.
Yep, Bird. I know. I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna go to this next question after you. B, go on and answer that question.
Will definitely say I have been tested in my faith on many occasions in my youth. Again, me after losing a son, after losing my mom, after it's nothing but loss and pain in my life, I did not have any faith for a long time. And my midlife happened around in my early 40s where I had to come up with the conclusion that how I was living wasn't the way that was working for me anymore because it started getting pretty dark in my life. So I feel in my age, my faith has increased because at one point I had no faith. I had no God. I had nothing but pain and hate in my heart for a many long time. And, and I guess learning now in my older age, that was the test for me. And I found God in my life, I believe, came into a little bit more better perspective on why these things were happening to me. And if there was this almighty God, why are you putting so much pain in my heart and my head and my body and you're supposed to be the Almighty God. So at one point, yes, there was no faith, but now there is. That's all I have right now to look forward to, and my faith to continue to move forward and put things into a different perspective. So, yes, my faith has increased enormously in my age. Went from nothing to everything.
Yep, that is growth. That's a beautiful thing. This is gonna
Yeah,
be
that's growing pains for sure.
hold on, Timmy, and this is gonna be the last question. And so I want people to really listen to the question and think about it before you answer. I'm gonna come to you last. I'm gonna come to you last for this question. So all right, this is what it is. Question number 11. As both you and your children continue to mature in age, do you find yourself grappling with both their independence and your relevance in their life? Timmy, I'm gonna go to you first. 60 seconds or less.
Do I struggle with my kids' independence? No, no. Why would I? That's their, whatever they do, they grown. Now, that doesn't mean if they're in trouble, I wouldn't be there for them, but they, they, they're their own person. So, I, I don't, I try to guide them when they go through things. I guide them. That's what my duty as a father is, to guide them and try to steer them the right direction.
All right. Thank you for your participation. Excuse me. Thank you for your participation. Participation. I'm talking
I
about.
know what you're trying to say.
Thank you for your participation and your insight. Patsy, it's on you, beloved. And this is, and I'm gonna kind of modify this for you. As you continue to mature in age, do you question your relevance in your family's life?
I think in my family's life, I kind of question a little bit because sometimes the arguments, the pettiness, um, it kind of makes me think about like, do they really take value in what I think and what I'm trying to say? Because it seems like they don't always listen.
Ooh.
But I know that, and to some extent, they do love me, and I do love them, and they understand that we have a mutual understanding and love for each other, although they don't show it.
Robert?
Audio now unmuted.
I appreciate that, Sister Patsy. You brought me right where I need to be. Hit me with that question.
I thought you was where you needed to be. Patsy, thank you for your participation and your insight. Robert, as you and your children continue to mature in age, do you grapple with their independence and your relevance in their life?
And I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to piggyback off what Patsy said. No, I don't. Um, I I respect and want them to be. They need to be independent. They don't need to be dependent on me at all times. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate that they still want to be in my life and make me a part of theirs. Just the other day, she asked me, Daddy, when we're going to take a trip out the country together, just me and you. I said, wait a minute, I thought you were just talking about me. She said, no, I said both of us. So I must still mean something for her to put me in her plans to go somewhere. And that's good. Now to add to Patsy's thing, if God had one question in the world, and he would have asked each and every person that was alive, you only can pick one answer because one answer is only going to be the best answer. To love or to be loved? Which one would you pick? I said I would pick to love. Because to love somebody in return, you're definitely going to get love back from the right people. To be loved, you're looking. You're looking to belong and wanting someone to love you and treat you like you have some relevance to their existence.
Mhm.
You choose and see which one fits you.
Okay, thank you for your participation and your insight. Gregory, same question.
Start my video.
It's a struggle, it's a
Video now
fight,
started.
and I agree with half the
Video now
panel.
stopped.
And I want you
Video
to go to
mute
the
my
next
audio.
person, big dog.
Gregory, can you please repeat that one more time?
I said it's a struggle, it's a fight, and I agree with the panel has said before me. And I want you to go to the next person.
Okay. Duchess, thank you for your participation and insight, Gregory. Duchess,
Yeah, I'm here.
as you continue, you and your children continue to mature in age, do you grapple with the thought of their independence and your relevance in their life?
I don't grapple with his independence. I just grapple with the way they do things and the way they move.
Okay, that's an easy answer. All right, thank you for your participation and your insight.
You're welcome.
Tanya, what do you say?
I don't grapple with their independence, and I know that I'm relevant in their lives because they still call on me for advice and inviting me to family functions. I was supposed to be in Greece today, but I couldn't make it.
Okay. In Greece. Yeah, in Greece. Thank you for your participation and your insight. I appreciate you. Sean, as you and your children continue to mature in age, do you grapple with the thought of their independence and your relevance in their life?
Um, Not at all, because I'm very much involved in every last one of their lives, and I've made it to where they have no choice but to call on me.
Like that. So what about so did you answer the part about the relevance? I might have missed that.
I'm very relevant. I'm in their life. They call and check on me. They still put a smile on. They still put a smile on my face every time, one of them calls and their hand is not out and they're just like, I'm just checking on you, old man, just making sure you're good. Do you need anything? So I like that.
All right, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you for your participation and your insight. I'm gonna answer this before I go to UB. Do I struggle or do I grapple with my children's independence as we both mature and my relevance, or the thought of being relevant? Nope. I love that they're independent. That shows that the values and the morals that both me and their mother instilled in them, it's holding up. It's working. It's a well-designed plan. I like to watch them be productive. I enjoy witnessing who they're becoming. Relevancy. Yeah, I'm very relevant in my children's life because I am the initiator and I will not be ignored. I refuse to be ignored. I am invested and I am interested. So I want to I'm still, thank you, Jesus. I'm still the author and the main character in my life story. As long as I have life, everybody else is supporting cast. So that's the way I see it. B, you're gonna take us home as you and your children continue to mature in age. Do you grapple with their independence and the relevance, your relevance in their life?
Well, buckle up. So I can be honest. I'm gonna be true to really, my heart is broken because I am no longer relevant in 4 out of my 5 children's lives. I do not serve any purpose in their life right now through, you know, poison and, whatever. I prayed. God sent me one. I got my second son that been living with me for a little over 2 years. Trying to, help me out here. After many years of silence, after many years of non-existent, one came back, and that's good enough. But the other 4 that choose, for whatever reason, I am no longer relevant in their life. But I do feel strong enough to know that through the years that I was in their life, I have instilled a lot of values and core values in their life to be independent. Every one of them have gone to college, one went to the military, everyone's doing very well in life. And I do believe that has a lot to do with my early existence in their upbringing, good or bad, has sent them off into the world to be independent and do well for themselves. So, yes, my relevancy is non existent and it's heartbreaking. But I do feel something to know that they are okay. And a lot of that had to do with, the foundation that was built for them in the early years. So when I did leave that relationship in the household, some of them were about 16, 17 years old, the oldest 2, but, you know, everyone's doing very well in life right now. So I have to humble myself and put aside my personal feeling on where they are with me to appreciate their success.
Love it. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Thank you for tuning in. See you all next week. God bless you.